woke up so early this morning. It's about 5:20 now, and my word, I'm tired. I made this decision to get up early this morning because I thought I'm trying to understand my body and what I want to do with the way I wake up, and something that I don't know, I'm just trying to train into myself. Look at this. Right, isn't really picking up how golden the golden hour is. It is stunning. Cows aren't out yet. I don't know. Hopefully they'll. I think they always live at the top part of the field, this bit here, and then they come down in the afternoon. Yeah, I'm trying to ground myself in the morning. I'm trying to make morning mine so I can start to repair my nervous system a little bit better. Day one, and I've just woken up tired. The way I did it, which I think is really funny, is I decided to have one of the Velux blinds open because I thought what would be nice is to wake up naturally to sunlight. Honestly, it was the starkest way to wake up. I don't know what's worse, waking up to an alarm or actually waking up to that brighter sun. But this is nice. This is a good choice. So I've kind of had a cup of tea and I'm just trying to soak it in a little bit. Beautiful. I wrote a document yesterday because as I've told you, I'm designing my life and what I want my life to be. And I've started to put it together, and the reason I put things in documents, which a lot of people ridicule me for because I do spend quite a lot of time, is because it's the best way to learn them, by creating them. For me, when they're just thoughts, they get muddled and fuzzy and forgotten, and it's not easy to hold on to a concept that I thought was a really great idea. They get lost, and I get very kind of overwhelmed with everything that I want to create. So by putting it into a document, it's a readable document, I make it make sense. And so I was doing this yesterday, and I was looking at my values being my compass, what I want those values to be. Values change, so my values have changed from the last time I did this, and then what my life would actually look like in 12 months. Who she is, what she wears, how she wakes up, how she conducts herself, the decision that she makes. One of the main key parts was not abandoning myself. I've spent a lot of my life abandoning myself, and I'm on a completely different journey now. And it is because I'm 43. It is because I'm perimenopausal. It is because I've learned so much about life and myself. And I wanted something that would guide me, anchor me. I wanted it to anchor me. So that's what I did. So that's what I'm doing. And I've set kind of questions that I can ask myself when I feel a little bit off kilter or off key, or I'm not following my own. And these are flexible kind of outlines, but it's just one of my key issues is, well, not issues, I make it sound like it's dramatic, but one of my behaviours is I very frequently, when I get to a point where I'm in conflict with myself more than anything else, when I'm in an internal war with myself, I go quiet, I go inward, I completely abandon what I need and what I want in order to keep the equilibrium. And the problem when you do that for too long, you almost erase yourself. So sometimes you have to, as the younger generation would say, stand on business. And that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm standing on business. Thank you, generation, for that new terminology, because actually mentally I've been using it quite a lot. Not cool enough to use it day to day. One of my morning questions is, what can I do today that's going to move me closer to the version of myself that I'm going to be in 12 months' time? And like I said, I've designed that life, that routine, all the details, the specifics. So what actually moves me? What can I do today that's going to move me a step closer? Or not even a step, a pigeon step, a thought process, a habit, or just an activity, or nothing. Maybe she needs rest. You just make that decision in the morning. And because what I know now is it's not one big change. It's not one big thing that changes your life. It's every single teeny tiny decision that you make in a day. And I knew this before, but I never embodied it. I never knew it, Whereas now I know it. That everything, the way your partner talks to you, the way you talk to your children, what you do with your time, how just all those micro decisions that you make in a day, they all create the version of you in the future, which kind of makes sense because I think it's the same as sailing. If you keep on one trajectory, you're going to end up in one country. You're sailing away. If you change that slightly, you're going to end up completely somewhere different. So this is the first time in my life instead of reacting, I'm starting to choose what that looks like. I thought to myself this morning, kind of what gets us here, and life whirls us up. My priorities 10 years ago aren't the same priorities that I've got today. 10 years ago my daughter was 5, my son was 4, no, my son was 3. So I wasn't waking up thinking about this stuff. I have time now to think about this stuff. I'm not getting them up, I'm not changing bums and feeding and doing things. I'm sitting in my own space and looking at my life and going, what is it that I want out of it? And so the things that catch you when you're younger, it's hard to do this, and you have to prioritise your family when they're young. You have to prioritise your family when they're young. But as soon as you can, make those decisions for yourself.